it's too long, then
too
what do
much
you do? You have to, right. Well, it's not only that, but you want to combine them and break them up into a couple of movies, so and then create YouTube things or whatever. So the question I have is, if you retroactively change this, does it change the data that you're looking back in the past, or does it?
It doesn't change it. The data is the data because that's what happened in your site.
So these are like transformations.
Different on the data.
So if you change these sliders here, and then look at data from 2 months ago,
so for example, right now I go to who are my top engaging user. Basically, in one click, I get a list of my top community leaders, and how do you decide community leaders? It's by formula. And right now you can just change the formula or change the activity and get a completely different.
How do you know you're using the right formula, or is there any like?
So first of all, you can try and create as many as you want. Is try to compare between them. One of the other things we do is that we actually I'll show you that. So one of the things we do is we actually have what we call the correlation metrics. So we actually calculate the weight of the effect different activities has on different activities. So, for example, we can tell you that in blog post, rating, like the number of stars people put on blog posts, doesn't have any effect. It doesn't contribute to clicks and ads in any way. But comments really contribute and encourage people to click on ads more. So after you have this, you can actually say, you know what, I don't care, I just want more page views because I'm CPM based, click generate, and we'll actually calculate for you the formula you need to use in order to find out.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Who are your top users, what your top content, referrals, campaigns,
so
keywords,
in other words, you figure out what the thing you care the most about, like whether it's page views, visits, or unique visitors,
registrations, sales,
and then it takes all the things you're tracking and a formula you should use if you wanted to measure engagement.
Exactly.
Now,
if you wanted to get the most contribution and the most value to your own specific business.
And how did you, is that like some proprietary algorithm you came up with?
It's a lot of data mining algorithms in the back end that basically calculate correlations, relationship, causation, and all this kind of stuff.
I'm curious, if you have like large chunks of data like an IBM or a Monster, and you have like tons of data, how quickly does your platform process that data?
Right now we process it every 3 hours, but as the Google Analytics team just decided
that
it's going to be every hour, we have a new goal to do.
Okay, well, in other words, if you read in log files to, let's say you want to read in a month's worth, and it takes you like, 3 or 4 days, I know we have like visual sciences, supposedly they're lightning fast. What do you guys, how do you guys see yourself in terms of the low end, the medium end, and the high end of web analytics vendors?
So actually we think that, we don't compete feature with feature. We think our vision is very different. Starting from the fact that we do a lot of stuff that it's very hard to do or impossible to do using current analytic platforms.
Yeah.
But even go to the vision that, I believe that the biggest problem in analytics is what I call analytics for the sake of analytics. We see too many customers who, look at information, do some reports, export to Excel, start to send it through the command chain, takes some month until something happens. We decided from day one that every piece of information in the system is going to be exposed using two-way API. So our customers actually take this information in an automated way and use it to dynamically change your website. Because if I can show you, the top contributed content or the top community leaders, and you don't push it to the homepage, it doesn't really help you. Another thing, and you'll start to understand. So one of the things we do besides like measure everything on user level is that you can actually, drill down to specific user and get what I call his interest map. And the cool thing is that this is any user in your system.
So are you seeing a record of every user? What would that look like? What is before you get into this, show me a list of users the way they appear in the system.
So there's two things. So first of all, there's in the report you can get the top users for the criteria you just seen. So this is the user that done a lot of page views, or the users who post photos, or you can use the formulas.
But does it actually give you like a unique visitor number or something?
So we do two things. So
it's got a name there.
For the
Look at that, it's got a name. These are fictional names.
So let's make it clear.
We don't want to necessarily see that clear.
It's not names, okay? So for the demo it's names, but in reality it's user IDs.
All right, so it's totally anonymized, right? Because we have to make sure that there's privacy issues.
We don't have any PII information.
But so you're telling me, you're doing me and telling me the most engaged individuals that came to a specific piece of content, which would also be interesting for advertising as well, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
So because you can drill down, the interesting thing is
And when
that
you drill down,
this is what this user likes to read. It could be very different.
how
than
do you
what
know
makes
this
him-
though? I mean, how do you know it's, is that based on what they did on the site, or is that based
It's
on?
based on all the behavior. But the nice thing again is that this is what he likes to read. Could be very different than what actually makes him do comments. Could be completely different than what the photos he
Well, what
uploads
would
and
happen,
what makes him purchase or clicks on ads.
Well, how would you get to figure out here what would make him say click on a comment?
Oh, because I've seen where he done.
Well, I mean,
comments
but
on.
I mean, is this?
This is the stuff that he already made comments on.
Oh, okay. This is what he. In other words, this is what this particular user commented on
Yeah.
Web 2.0 in Bush
Yeah.
and Iraq.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. Or clicks on ads near, or purchase item and
Okay.
all this stuff. Now, because everything is exposed into API, you can actually right now take this information and start to do personalization, the recommendation of content.
Well, that's one thing. Do you power that for this platform? Do you have the ability to power a recommendation engine by?
We actually built a recommendation engine on top of that we can actually give you, and it basically gives you the Amazon experience
Okay.
of kind of learning data mining tool. Personalization, it's more easy. You can just take it and really understand what content. you
So in
should
other words,
to users.
will you dynamically take this and show the guy some fashion ad or something like that? I see a fashion ad.
You can do a lot of stuff inside your site. One of the things we will do is and let's keep it like that, but we build new innovative advertising models for the web based on the information.
Is that the main purpose of this, or is the main purpose for this for like anybody to find out and the content?
I think it's two things. So first of all, our platform is free. So everything you saw until now, it's actually free. So we really believe
But
that
you can't get it right now, right? It's still in beta?
Well, send me an email and you'll get it.
Okay, because I will send you an email.
But
Do I just have to put your tags on a site and that's it?
And that's it.
And that's it.
And so if you have, basically, if you're not Facebook or MySpace and have, 80 million uniques per month, it will be free. You can take it, use it, make your business better. Hopefully we can come back to you in a few months and actually also help you monetize it better using some new
If I am MySpace or something, what do I end up getting charged if I'm a monster or something?
We'll at certain size we'll have to start charging you as it's a way.
I'm just curious.
Terabytes of information we gather. So
And if because you're an ASP service
Yeah.
hosting this, one can't just get the stuff and host it on their service. Do you have the ability? Because I know when I was working at IBM, like when we were looking at FeedBurner before Google bought FeedBurner, the question was, could we put that on our servers and run it internally? And the answer was no. And so I see.
I will say it like that. We can help.